Hello there, welcome to the first ever Football Chat with Ben. Oh, that's an imaginative title. Yes, it is an imaginative title because it's Football Chat with Ben. All the other clever names have been taken, so Football Chat with Ben was what was left, and frankly I feel lucky that I've got this name. People in two years time, people will be going, oh, I'm going to come with Football Chat with Ben. It's gone. I've got it. So if you're watching this video, gutted. So what are we going to do? What's this all about then, Ben? Well, let me tell you. We're going to be doing 4 or 5 different topics every single episode, but not just that. Sometimes we'll be doing just a main topic with a group discussion with not just me, just other people from the internet that we can also get in on this and make it even more exciting. So we're going to kick things off with our first main topic of the day. What's it going to be? That's right, it's the Raheem Sterling transfer saga. Can I get an ooh? Ooh, there we go. I'll do it myself. I don't have a sound guy yet, so I'll add that in. So our first topic of the day is Raheem Sterling and his transfer saga. People can't get enough of it. For the last 3 months more like, I've been asked, what do you think of the Sterling thing? What do you think of the Sterling thing? Well, it's time to lift it. But if you're not caught up with it, let's go back a little bit to how it began. So we did an interview with the BBC where he said it's not about the money. It's never been about the money, apart from when you signed a new deal at 18 for £35,000 a week. I just want to win trophies. I talk about winning trophies. That's kind of where he was going with it. I just want to be the best I can be, he said. Now, that's great, and you know what? That's what you want to hear from a player. You know what? He's dedicated to being the best he can be. Hopefully, it's at your club, and this all works fine until your agent comes out and says, "I don't care about the PR of the club and the club situation. I don't care." AD Ward there with Oxlade-Chamberlain. That's the only picture of AD Ward which exists where he's not cowering behind someone else in a football ground. So this is the best one we've got with Oxlade-Chamberlain. He looks like he's at those presentation nights, and you'd meet the ex-footballer. He thinks he's the ex-footballer, meeting Oxlade-Chamberlain. That's how it looks anyway. He then went on to say, he is not signing £700,000, £800,000, £900,000 a week. He is not signing. I don't know what it is with AD Ward, but he likes to start sentences and end sentences with the same thing. He's not signing. He is definitely not signing. He gets very annoyed, but he wants people to know. He wants to hammer home his point. It's like he's been media trained. So the big question is, what do Liverpool do with Raheem Sterling? What does Raheem Sterling do with Liverpool? What does everyone do with AD Ward? I think we just ignore him for a little bit and see if he goes away. That's what I was taught. If you see someone you don't like, ignore them until they go away. And that's what I think Liverpool fans and really Raheem Sterling should do with AD Ward. Just ignore him for a bit, don't answer his calls, see if he goes away. Now also, Sterling did say, you really want to be working with world-class players day in, day out. It's obviously left a little dent. These 2 world-class superstars, talking about Suarez and Gerrard, leaving, but I think we have good players coming through at Liverpool. My concern there is that a 20-year-old at Liverpool is saying that we have some good young players coming through. You are one of those players. Unless you are literally talking about yourself, it seems a little bit wrong to me that a 20-year-old is saying that as if he's the figurehead of the club. Maybe he should be made captain. Or maybe not, Paul Joyce of The Guardian. I don't think that's a good idea. So the real question is this. I guess I will answer what I think, and I want you to leave your comments as well. I think that Liverpool should be cashing in on Raheem Sterling. If he's made it pretty clear he wants to leave, even if he doesn't now want to leave, he's made it so untenable to stay that he has to go. His agent has come out and said all these things that make the situation seem really daft and really awkward for Sterling. Liverpool fans, Brendan Rodgers, the owners, to take him back now after what's been said. While it could look like a good decision, especially if he signs a new contract, you look at some of the signings Liverpool have made, you might think, oh, okay, maybe get him involved in that, and Liverpool would be better for it. But I think a £25 million player, which I think that's what Sterling is, being sold for $50 million to a rival, isn't that bad a business move by Liverpool. And if I were Liverpool, I would be cashing in. If you get $50 million, whether you go to City or Chelsea, it doesn't really matter because they're not rivals right now, then that's what you've got to do. And if you can strengthen key areas of the squad, like defending, I think we'll be better for it. So I say I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm a little bit biased on this topic, but I want to hear your discussion points as well. Please leave them in the comment section below. Let's move on to the next topic. So then, let's have a little look at this one then. Chelsea, are they going to do the back-to-back league title victory? You look at Mourinho's side, and last season, 8 points clear, easy. Looked easy from the off. I think from about March, we were all going, yeah, this is theirs now. City didn't put up enough of a fight. Arsenal were never quite in it. Manchester United just did whatever, didn't they? They looked really good at some points, then didn't look so good at others. And Chelsea just carried on, ploughed through, and did extremely well. I've said this all summer already, they don't need to strengthen, and that's the strength of Chelsea. This summer, you look at all the other teams and you think, right, there are certain areas you need to sort out. We'll come on to one of those areas by a team in a moment. And Chelsea haven't. Chelsea have gone, look, we've got a good squad. We don't really need to add to this too much. Maybe for the future, getting another centre-back, although Zuma could be a fantastic replacement for John Terry. Further forward, obviously Falcao has come in, and that is like the biggest two fingers to United saying, like, we will get the best out of him. You've messed this up. Watch how we do it. But the reason I come onto this is because I think that Chelsea have got it again next season. I think 10 points could be the gap. I mean, I can't see any other side strengthening well enough for the fight to be real there. I think Chelsea are too strong. Eden Hazard had a fantastic season last season. You expect him to do the same thing again. It's going to be really difficult for any team to buy a team that can take on a team which looks so well oiled as Chelsea does, and that will be the battle. But so yeah, leave it in the comment section below. Again, question number 2: do you think Chelsea will regain the league title with ease? Right then, something new, goofy gossip. Now, this this is awkward because this section was pre-planned before people started to say, you know that Sergio Ramos move? That might actually happen. Why is that weird, Ben? Well, the first point we had was Manchester United. It was in the Metro, so like that immediately alarm bells were ringing. Manchester United make new bid for Sergio Ramos. Apparently 50 million. Apparently it's closer to like 28. I still think this is mental. I mean, I don't know what Ramos is looking at. I know Manchester United, massive club, okay, huge club, like one of probably the biggest club in England. But he's at Real Madrid. That is like the money ticket. And he's been at Real Madrid his whole career. Now, maybe that's reason for him wanting to move. But I don't know why. Okay, what I'm saying, I'm Sergio Ramos. I look around. I've got, I've probably got De Gea behind me next season, wherever I am at this point. To my right, I've got Carvajal. To my left, I've got Pepe. A little bit mental, but, quite good players. I wouldn't trade that in for Phil Jones and Johnny Evans. I just wouldn't think, do you know what I need? I need unstable sidings to me. So this is the reason this transfer in particular is in goofy gossip. I still don't think it'll happen, but if it does, I think Ramos wants a new contract, really. But if it does happen, that's crazy, but very exciting. So let's hope it does happen, though I don't think it will. This one isn't as crazy as such because he had a fantastic season last season. It's just the wording the Daily Star have used. Chelsea and Liverpool handed Charlie Austin Boost a Southampton cool interest on £10 million ace. I'm not sure that Liverpool have got 14 strikers now already, so I don't think Charlie Austin's really ready for us. And Chelsea have just got Falcao. I mean, I'm not sure Charlie Austin is the next one on their radar. Right, tick. Falcao next. Charlie Austin, tick. It seems unlikely. But yeah, this is another sort of little section. If you've seen any weird transfers throughout the week, I want you to tweet me at DoctorBenjy. Give me goofy gossip that we can talk about. These two here: Ramos to United, Charlie Austin potentially to Liverpool or Chelsea, say the Daily Star. Handed the boost. Good. Right then, the next topic is Petr Cech has signed with Arsenal. Not particularly strange, because I think it's been spoken about all year that he would eventually leave Chelsea to pursue some first-team football. Maybe the switch to Arsenal, though. Not what people expected. PSG were rumoured, or maybe move to Italy as well. I think this is a fantastic signing, and the question really is, how much of a boost is this to Arsenal's title ambitions? They've clearly got title ambitions. You listen to the fans, they want to be in that mix. Signing a player like Petr Cech, to me, is game-changing. I talk about Chelsea cruising the league next year. I think Arsenal have a few other issues in a few other areas that we might cover in future episodes. But the signing of Cech is a statement of intent. It's saying, look, we're prepared to sign an older guy who brings a wealth of experience. He's won multiple Premier League titles. He's got a Champions League winners' medal. And he was a key part of that win as well, let's not forget. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Arsenal's current keepers. There's talk that a spinner might leave. Wojciech Szczesny, what's he going to do now? He's in a limbo stage. It could be a case that he now has to move on, and Arsenal have to now bring in a second. Because I don't know about you, I'm not sure if Wojciech Szczesny is at Arsenal to be the number 2. I think he had it in his mind, certainly up until Christmas, that he was the number 1. And it's been quite clear since Christmas that that's not been the case. And then you sign Petr Cech, and his career is now in a bit of limbo stage. But I think Szczesny is an average keeper in a good side, and I think Cech is a world-class keeper in a good side, or a very good side. And I think that will really make an impact. So again, let me know in the comment section below. Question number 3, how much will Petr Cech improve Arsenal's title ambition? And the final point of the day is something I really want to talk about. It's the Women's World Cup. Have you been watching it? Have you been keeping up with it? I've watched England's games. I'm not going to pretend. I'm going to be one of those fans that only watches the games that give some emotional attachment to me. But watching England's been really exciting. They played the host, Canada, recently and got a fantastic 2-1 victory, sort of unexpected. And they play the Japanese side, the current holders. I think it's tonight as this video goes up. Again, it should be a really good match, but I like it. And it brings me to the point, and this is the point I want to talk about, and the point I'm going to put to you. Well, 2 points really. Have you been watching it, first of all? And if you haven't been watching it, or you haven't been watching women's football over the past 5 years, and I'm someone that doesn't really, I keep a little bit, so I know a few of the players that play for England, but I don't put aside time to watch it, and I wonder why that is. And I compare the way that women's football is advertised, not how it's advertised, but how much it's advertised. But I do think it makes a major part. Like Sky try and make West Brom versus Swansea sound like the premier fixture for the weekend if they're showing it, and the same thing doesn't happen with women's football, and I think that is a major part of why it's not more popular, is that because an advertising agency or a TV channel or a TV station isn't prepared to put the extra money in to get people to watch it, because they don't want to take the risk of it not working. And I think if it was for example, I think if the BBC bought women's football and showed it live every single week, it would raise the profile of women's football untold. And I'm sure people in the women's game agree with that, and it's hard not to agree with that because that would happen. But it's interesting to me that I feel like we watch Sky and we are hyped by Sky Sports and the way they show football because of how much it is rammed down our throats, and that's not happening with women's football. Even the BBC this World Cup campaign, the men's games would always be on, like terrestrial TV, BBC One, BBC Two, they would always be on. But a lot of the games for this tournament have been on BBC Three or on the red button. And it gives it that sort of less importance, which I don't think it deserves. I think it deserves to be front of house, especially when you see the success of the women's side. It's disappointing that an ITV or like ITV4, for example, could pick it up and then have the bigger games on ITV. I want to see it more. Like ITV4 do a lot of the Europa League stuff, so it's already considered a football channel. I'd just like to see more women's football on TV, because why not? Why not? So that brings us to the end of the first football chat, and of course that leaves me with the 4 questions that I would love for you to answer over on that side. Let's hope I got that right. If I didn't, then look the other way. Raheem Sterling, what should Liverpool do? What do you think the best option would be? Do you think Chelsea to win the league again with ease? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. How much of a difference do you think Petr Cech will make to Arsenal's title ambitions? And finally, have you been watching the Women's World Cup? And would you watch it more if it was on more? I guess is the question I wanted you to ask. If you can sort of align your comments with 1, 2, 3, 4 and then just leave points. Hopefully I'll read out some of the best ones next week. Sunday. This is two shows a week. Yeah, I'm starting to question it as well. But yes, that does bring us to the end of the show. And if you've enjoyed it, the first ever episode of Football Chat with Ben, you want to see more of this sort of stuff, smash that like button. Let me know you like it. If you don't like it, give me some feedback. Let me know in the comment section what I can do to make this better. That's kind of a question 5, I guess. If it's get a haircut, that is happening. I know I look like Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons. The only difference being I haven't created the most successful cartoon of all time. Apart from that, we're pretty similar. So, with love, with care, thank you very much for watching. Stay humble, stay handsome, and until next time, goodbye.